This video is going to go through comma rule number 5, which is all about lists. For this one, it says use commas to separate 3 or more words, phrases, or clauses written in a series or list. Do not use commas if there are only 2 items in the list. So you can see in the first example that we have 1, 2, 3 people, Chuck, Donna, and Tyrone, all on this list together. They're separated with the word and. Since there are 3 people in that list, we put commas between each one. We put commas between Chuck and Donna. Then we put commas between Donna and Tyrone. Notice the comma goes before the word and. That comma, a lot of times people will tell you, isn't necessary. It's called an Oxford comma. But you should get in the habit of just putting it there because more often than not, it is useful. And sometimes if you leave it out, it is incorrect. It's never incorrect to put it there. For the second example, you'll see that your list can involve things that somebody did instead of just people or places. They can be longer phrases, like I got to my house, that's the first thing I did. Walked around back, that's the second thing I did. And started getting the campfire ready, that's the third thing I did. So again, since we have 3 things in the list, you put commas between them. So we have a comma between house and walked. We have a comma between back and again before the word and. Now in the bottom one, the one that I call a non-example, it says I will meet Sean and Sarah at the restaurant. Again, we have a list, we have a word and separating them, but in this case there are only 2 people, Sean and Sarah. So since there are only 2, you do not use a comma before the word and, you just leave it without a comma. So some of the ones that you'll do on your practice sheet will not need any commas at all. You'll see these practice problems on the slideshow, so if you would like to take a moment now to try them on your own, you're absolutely welcome to, but otherwise I'm going to go through them now so you can just kind of follow along. For the first one, it says I want to visit my grandparents, go to the movies, or just stay home. We have 3 items that this person is talking about: visit my grandparents, go to the movies, or just stay home. So we would put a comma between grandparents and go. We put a comma before the word or. So now we have 3 specific things: visit my grandparents, go to the movies, or just stay home. In the next one we have Jacob, Tom, and I. So we have 3 people. So since there are 3 items in our list, we will put commas between each item. Again, this comma goes before the word and, not after. She and her mother went to eat at Culver's for lunch. Now we only have 2 people in the list, she and her mother, so you do not do anything with this one. You don't put a comma here because there are only 2 people in the list. I cannot wait for summer break, the vacations we're going to take, and time away from school. It's kind of a redundant sentence, but still we have cannot wait for summer break, that's the first thing. Summer break is actually the first thing. I cannot wait for, and then it's a list of what the person can't wait for. So we put a comma here. The vacations we're going to take is the second thing that is in our list, and then time away from school is the last thing. Again, the comma at the end is coming before the word and. Whoops. You should go to room 208 or room 362. Now we have 2 options, room 208, room 362. So since we only have 2 options, we do not need a comma anywhere in the sentence. We leave it alone. I can finish my homework and still have time to hang out tonight. We have 2 different things that this person can do. Finish their homework, still have time to hang out tonight. Since there are only 2 items in our list, we do not put a comma here. Before watching the next video, it would probably be a good idea to do the problems on your sheet for comma rule number 5. And if you have any questions, please ask the teacher in the room if they could help you with it. Okay? That's all for now. I'll post another video for comma rule 6.